good, people? It's your boy, Coach Mike here, coming live from Poppleton Rec, man. And you already know, we got the Black Business Expo coming to you May 23rd, 11 to 4. Biggest black entrepreneurial events in the city. You are not going to want to miss this, people. Opportunity to network, socialize, and also get knowledge from other business owners that have came before you and have had success through their journey. Whatever your hustle is, man, come out, show other business owners, network, get business cards, connect, collab, and become successful. The biggest game changer in entrepreneurship is definitely being able to collab with other business owners. All right, you're never gonna wanna sit there and close out everything. You can gain another skill from another business owner. And that's really the game, man. Gaining knowledge throughout this process. So then once you get to the top, man, you stand at the top, you maintain it, stand balanced, and continuously leveling up. Be great, be the best business owner you can be, and come to this year's Black Business Expo with Southwest Sports and Fitness Alliance and be your own brand. It can be a huge challenge for a lot of athletes, all right? You know how hard it is, hanging up those cleats, putting up that ball, and just really walking away from the game. Maybe it was an injury, maybe it was, time ran out, maybe you got to your senior year of college and, maybe your sport doesn't offer pro athletics, maybe it was a family situation, maybe somebody got pregnant. But the one thing that I love, about being an athlete, and going to that shift of entrepreneurship, just understanding, all those lessons you learned within your sport, they're gonna come out during, your entrepreneurial journey. I promise you, entrepreneurship is not like this, a straight line, all right? It is a lot of these, but then, it's gonna be a lot of these and out of nowhere, once you hit, going all the way to the top, man. Biggest mindset shift from, athlete to entrepreneur is definitely, finding that sense of identity. It's probably the hardest thing all athletes go through. I gave up my sport. I went through, the biggest depression I ever did in my life. I've done this all my life. I've worked so hard to make it to the league. I get there, I get hurt. I got the news, that I was gonna be a father. And with that news, it was either, go into your shell and just fold, or prepare yourself for a journey that's really gonna change your life, and that's what I did. I went back into my bag, found jobs, dived back into my business bag, and, here we are, be your own brand training CEO. People always ask, how did being an athlete, prepare you for your entrepreneurial journey? I think being an athlete, was the best thing that ever happened to me. A lot of the lessons I learned within my sport, going through adversity, that fourth quarter overtime where you got to stay locked in. It's the last play of the game. Your defense get to stop you off the field. Those drills that my coaches did, during my college ball, and even my high school, but one of these drills was called sudden change drill. For my football guys, you know what sudden change is, all right? In the middle of practice, you might say sudden change. It's one defense against one offense. Scenario, maybe a third and short, maybe it's 2 minutes on the clock, whatever the situation is, we got to put ourselves in that mindset to be able to react to what's going on, be able to call our defense from the sidelines, be able to react quick, go get that stop. That builds, just be adaptable. I think that's really the biggest thing, A regular individual might not be able to adapt as fast as an athlete, I promise you. In this game of entrepreneurship, it takes reps after reps after reps. Reps and adaptability are the two biggest things I would say that help prepare me, as an entrepreneur.